Hello and welcome to the Armory. We got it done. We got our M16A4 clone build done, as you see here. And I'm very happy that we got it done. However, I'm not exactly happy with this exact one. My reason being, the arrow precision lower. We are going to actually be replacing that. I've actually got a FN15 M16 Collector's Edition lower receiver ordered for this for the M16A4 clone. But I'm not going to be doing a video on building that lower. We just did one on this Arrow Precision lower. But what we are going to be doing with this Arrow Precision lower is basically be building another AR-15 off of it. So we do have that coming. But today's video is actually about the building of the upper receiver, installing the barrel and the handguards on this. Disclaimer on this, it was cold out when I did this, and my vise is in my garage, so I was quite a bit cold putting this together. But I got it done. We got it back in here. I got the handguards on and everything else that we needed to get on this. So I know you'd rather not hear me yap at this beginning portion of the video. You'd rather see us actually put this together. So without ado, here is that video. All right, so we got our barrel. Sorry about the mess in here. My vise is in the garage, so that's where I'm at. That's also why the sound ain't going to be the best, but let's get this done. So the very first thing I'm going to do before I do anything is I'm going to grab some of this anti-seize, the stuff that I absolutely hate because it's just a big old mess. And we're going to just put a little bit of anti-seize here on the threads. All right. I don't like anti-seize, but it is what it is. So then we're going to take our barrel, and as you see here, we got that notch there, fits in. We're going to go in here, and it's notched in here into the receiver, so that way it has nowhere to go. We're going to take our nut, we're going to start screwing it on. And I'm actually excited about this. Truly, I am. Now that we got that, we're going to take our wrench here. I think we're going to go this way with it until it starts getting snug. Alrighty. I'm going to put the torque wrench on it. We're going to set it initially to 30 foot-pounds. Alrighty. So we're going to come here. Alright. And then we're going to take this. We're going to back the nut off. Alright. Back the nut off. From what I'm told, this is for galling, and we're going to screw it back on. We're going to do it again. So let's put that back on. Oh, hate the Delta rings, but what are you going to do? All right. We're going to back it off again. And this time, when I back it off, I see that we got a little bit of anti-seize here on this. Let's clean a little bit of that off first. stuff gets everywhere, which is, I really don't like using it. It's just sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Brake clean will take care of that. All right, so we're going to screw it back on for the third time. All right, so let's set this. We're still set at 30 foot-pounds. Doesn't help that it's cold out here. Luxuries of winter. All right. So now we're set at 30 foot-pounds. The torque spec for this nut is anywhere between 30 and 80 foot-pounds. And this is for the GI style nuts. So the next thing we got to do is we got to make sure this here is lined up. So let me get this moved over a little. So you can see what we're working with. So I'm going to take my rod here in my hand. So we're trying to make sure this here is lined up with the hole right here. So one thing we might have to do is move this delta ring until, so now we got this sticking through, but the snap ring on the back is keeping us from going all the way through. So let me show you on this. All right. Trying to see where everything is located. There it is. So I'm going to take my screwdriver here, just rotate, the snap ring. Probably should use a smaller one. Hold on. Let's come back here, push a little. Ow. Until alrighty. So now we got that snap ring moved. Our next thing is we got to make sure this rod can go in the housing without touching. So far our nut here is not fully aligned, so we're going to have to, and I would do it in 5 foot-pound intervals. I'm not going to go to the full 35 foot-pounds, but that will be my stopping point. And you got to be careful because you do not want to have to back this off. All right, so let's see if we got enough movement. And okay, so tap that way. Yep, I went too far. Probably edit some of this out. Ah, shoot. All right. All right, so let's see where we're at. So it looks like we need to go we need to take this slightly more to the right. Just a hair. All right. Should be able to get this in now. All right, so once we got that in, lined up, should have a little bit of wiggle in there. This should not be touching. Then what we do is let's come over here to the front, or should I say the front sight post. Sorry about this. I honestly wasn't expecting this barrel as quickly as we got it. So, idea here is to have your gas port here facing down, and this is where this gets pinned into the front sight base, of which we will do that here shortly. So let's move that, and there we go. So now we got that done. We'll pin this here in a minute when we get it back inside into the nice warmth of the office. But the next thing we got is we're going to time this. So the next step we're going to do while we have it in the vise is we are going to put the flash suppressor on. And this is the flash suppressor here that we're using. It's just an A2 cage. As you can see, the bottom section of it has no cutouts, and that's to keep dust and everything from flying up when you shoot. So we're going to start off with our crush washer, and as you can tell here, you can see how it's kind of caved in. So you got it caved in right here like that. Your cone shape, the smaller side of it is going to go towards the barrel. The larger size of it is going to go towards the flash suppressor. So we're going to set that on here. We are going to take a little bit of anti-seize, just a little, not too much. Just, put it on. Not a fan, as I said, I'm not a fan of anti-seize, but oh well. So then we're going to take our bird cage. I guess I should have. There we go. Now what's nice about this, but you do have to be careful because we have to time it. So right now, as you see, it's tightened by hand. What we got to do is right here, this is our center line. Our center line has to be here by the letters. So you do not have to use a torque wrench for this, but there are some certain steps to remember here. Oh, get that out of here. Our first step here is that you do not want to over tighten it. You over tighten it, this crush washer is useless. You will have to replace the crush washer and do it over again. So let's get this out of the way a little bit so I can actually do this. So I'm going to take my tool. I'm going to find the right fitting. Looks like it's going to be this one here. And then I'm just going to slowly but surely, and I'm sorry about that, slowly but surely we are going to tighten this until it's timed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get me something straight. So I got this, this micrometer here, center line, the center line, and now we are centered. So now our cage is centered. Flash suppressor, I guess you call it, is on there. So let's go back downstairs and finish this off. Alrighty, so I'm a little more excited about this project than I probably should be, but our next step we're going to do on this is we are going to pin the gas tube in. So let's go ahead and grab this so we can use it as a base. Let's move our bolt carrier group, our charging handle, put that there so we can just kind of rest that there as we hold it. Now, one thing to remember, and I'll bring this up here so you can see. So when looking, let's push this in a little too far. You don't see any light through there. So then what we need to do is get it so that our holes, let me pull this back out. So you see here, that is the, sorry about that, that is the gas hole. And those holes here is where the pin is going to go through. So we put that in, and then we find the pinhole like so. And we're going to set it here. I want to find the right size punch. And I need to pull this out just a hair. Yeah. So we're just going to take this. I think should be good to start it. So let's pull our roll pin out. Set the bag aside. We're going to insert. Well, we're going to try to insert. Let's grab a pair of pliers to help us aid in our effort. Oh, doesn't help that I am right-handed. And we are going to take this to start it. We're just going to tap it. I actually don't have the proper roll pin punch where it'll center it. So let's go ahead What are you doing, Rabbit? If you hear that noise in the background, that's just the rabbit chewing on the box that these parts came in. Maybe we'll get this started. Making this look like this is my first time doing this. I've done quite a few of these. Not very happy right now. Hey, get down. Let's try a pair of tweezers. Maybe that might help a little bit with just guiding it without being too much. My God. Shouldn't be this. There we go. We got it started. And then we're just going to come. Just tap it through. Once it's through, we're all set and go. All right, we are almost done with this project. So for now, we didn't need our punch. We're going to put this away because we are done with this. Just set that to the side. Our next step is putting in the handguards, which, there it is. All right, so we are using the Knights Armament RA5 or RAS5, M5, whatever you want to call it, to do this project, this build. So give me a second here. One of the hardest parts here is actually getting everything appropriately lined up. Oh. I need both my hands, unfortunately, to do this. Oh, fuck, man. That's what I need to do first. Alright, so, my bad, I forgot. Got to set it in here first, which is not the easiest step. So you put the front in first. That way, the next step is the hard part. You're going to pull this back, the delta ring back, and put it in. So give me a second here off camera. All new parts, so they're pretty stiff. All right, so we got that upper on. So now, before we put that bottom section on, there's this bolt here we put in here. This is going to completely grip it to our ring. Alrighty. Give it a nice little tug there. And I apologize, this isn't going to be the best video for this, but I'm doing the best I can with what I have. So then we're going to do our lower, like the front, the top handguard, push it in, like so. We can set it up on here now. Pull the delta ring back. And that's my fault. I got the wire here caught. Pull the delta ring back, and we're on. Now the handguard is on. We can go ahead and connect that to our Surefire. Go ahead, set our lower receiver on. I'm trying to get the best view here for you. So then, charging handle, stick it in. So much easier when I do it my way, but this is not how I normally would do all this. Charging handle, bolt carrier, throw it in. And before I take this to the range, I am going to be headspacing this just to verify. But with every firearm, you do want to verify your headspace, especially if you're building it yourself. I mean, if you're buying a brand new firearm from the gun store, you don't have to get it headspace. Used guns, it's recommended to get the headspace checked. But next step, I'm going to put our carry handle on. And I purposely wanted the carry handle for this. When I was issued an M16A4, I was issued with the carry handle. There's still a few things I want to get for this clone, which includes the Trigicon ACOG, because that's what we were issued. We were issued the ACOGs. I do also want to get either a PEC 2 or a PEC 15 for the top here, but that's going to be a long way off. They're not that cheap. So now our M16A4 clone is now completed. Which now its next step is oil it up and take it to the range. And we are definitely going to be doing a first shot video with this. I'm very excited about this. The only thing I'm probably going to end up changing on this, on our next AR, what I'm going to do is for our next AR build, I was already planning on using a fixed stock on it, not this one. But I am going to get a different lower receiver for this rifle. Use this lower receiver on the next AR build I'm going to do. And that way we do, because originally I was going to be doing a DMR AR-15. And I got my hands on this handguard system here, which changed the plans completely for this build. So that's why we went with the M16A4 clone build this time, instead of waiting for maybe the next build or the next 3 builds. But we got it done. On to the next. And I really hope you guys like it and subscribe so that you can follow us for more content. I do want to start getting back to our roots on talking about the history and development of firearms. For the M16, I want to get a few more. I want to get the A1, the A2 clones, so that we can actually talk about the development of it. Get an M4 clone in here, just so we could just talk about the whole history and development of the M16. I think that'd be an exciting video to do. But if there's any rifles that you've seen on our wall, or if there's any rifles that you personally may have not seen on our wall but want to learn about, let us know and we'll see what we can do about getting a video out for you. Until next time, If you like firearm related content or you wish to learn more, hit that like and subscribe button. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and if you wish to support what we do, visit us at thearmoryhub.com. If there's anything you want to see, let us know in the comments below. Links are in the description. We will see you next time at The Armory.